Hey, what's up guys, this is Astranox and I'm back for another Epic 7 video. So let's go in the Abyss, floor 80, the last floor currently available in the game. Let's go down within the Abyss, deep within the Abyss. So 15 gold transmit stone, really good rewards. I actually did the fight, I didn't complete it, but I wanted to check all the extra abilities that they have, which are passives, and I'll talk about that now. Shadow Rose on the first wave by herself. When she dropped below 50% health, she summons a shadow, which is a copy of her and mimicates all her spells. And also, she when you debuff her, if she's debuffed and you attack her, she gets 50% combat readiness. And she it also makes her attack down debuff and defense down debuff more potent. So attack down debuff cuts your attack in half, and defense down debuff reduce your defense by 70%. So it could become like attack down debuff is like 75% attack reduction, and defense down debuff could be like 85-90% defense reduction, which is crazy. So the skills now on each of the hero, I'll talk about the Mercedes after her passive. So transfer 1 debuff, 75% chance to make the enemy unhealable for 2 turns. Single target attack, this decrease defense for 2 turns, 3 turn cooldown. 4 turn cooldown on this, attacks all decrease combat readiness by 25%. That's the first wave. Now second wave, you are facing Archdemon Mercedes with these 2 Cliniode. The gold one needs to be taken out first because it just dispels all debuffs and grants immunity for 3 turns, which doesn't get applied on itself. It will not dispel debuffs on itself and will not give immunity to itself. So you can use poison. You can use poison against this thing, so it's good. You take it out, has a ton of health, and then you would take this one out because it keeps healing Mercedes to full health, or you would apply unhealable debuff on Mercedes the whole fight. So it's up to you depending on which team you're running. This has increased speed and max health as well. So Mercedes, she has passives as well, and what happens is that if you kill, for each ad that you kill, she's gaining attack and speed. So she's tougher to deal with. Now her skills: attacks 2 enemies with the Archdemon's Lightning with a 50% chance to stun for 1 turn. Attacks all enemies with Thorns of Dark Magic, increasing their cooldown by 2 turns. 3 turn cooldown. So that's gonna be like really annoying if you don't have debuff immunity. It is doable, it's just gonna be very annoying. You could just be tanky enough to survive the damage and just slowly chip away at her health, because you can kill her with poison after you kill the gold crystal, or you can use a combination of Guardian, poison, or Daydream Joker to deal damage based on the target's max health. And this thing, Book of Rune, attacks all enemies by detonating the power of the Archdemon. Skill effect strengthens with each subsequent use. First time she uses this thing, it drops attack down debuff on your whole team for 5 turns. And then the second time she uses it, attack down and defense down debuff for 5 turns. And then the third time, it's attack down, defense down, and she recovers health proportional to the damage dealt. So yeah, unhealable debuff, if you go with that strategy, you don't have to deal with the what's called the dark crystal. The thing is, if you're going with that strategy, you better I'm just gonna go in the fight and keep on talking here. You better at least like try to control that that crystal, meaning that I'm just gonna auto the, actually I'm gonna manual this time. Autoing this is definitely not a good idea. The thing is, that's the thing, the shadow that she summons below 50% health, and this, when she's debuffed and she's attacked, she's getting 50% combat readiness. So since she's debuffed now, I'm just gonna go and buff my team but then I will stop doing that because like I could have gone here. I could have went and I should have used the skill 3, but it's fine. I got a dual attack. Now she's about to go pop this thing, get immunity. There's another thing with Mercedes on the wave 2 is that when you kill both ads, she's gonna use her finale skill. It's the same skill that she uses in Adventures in 1010. It does damage, and that's not the actual skill that reduces your attack and defense by 5 turns, I believe. I had debuff immunity, but I didn't see the resistance or immune combat text popping up. So I'm gonna try to avoid debuffing her. Wow, look at the damage. That's the thing though. You see, if she's debuffed, she has attack, the attack down and defense down debuff are stronger, and she's dealing a ton of damage. I mean, you could check back on how much damage it dealt, but my Angelica has over 15,000 health. So you want to avoid using heroes that apply a debuff on their skill 1 if you're having trouble, or you could just use their other skills that don't apply debuffs. Now here is I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go with what I'm gonna do here is this. She was actually at max. You know what? I'm just gonna burn this. I can do it without doing this, but I don't want to just end up wiping or something, losing a hero to some bad RNG, some bad luck. Well, she got hit by it with defense down debuff. She's gonna die faster. So yeah, Mercedes is fine. This you just have to be careful with not landing debuffs. If you are relying on poison, at least you can use guardians. They will not apply debuff. The first guardian. Guardian 1 deals 10% of the target's max HP, plus 45% of the party's attack and damage. Guardian 2 deals 15% of the target's max health and damage, and 80% of the party's attack. Guardian 3 deals 12% of the target's max health and 70% of the party's attack. So here's the Shadow. As you can see, it's just gonna copy what skill she's using, so you have to... I mean, it's pretty rough. Now, I'm not sure about the whole debuff situation. If I decide to debuff this ad, is it gonna gain this passive? Well, there's a defense down that's gonna happen probably. Nope, resist, okay. But it's not so bad because I have immunity, so I could just go here and apply a debuff and see what happens. So I'm gonna attack. Actually, I'm gonna apply defense down first. And then I will attack it, and let's see if the combat readiness jumps for both of them, or just one, or no one. Okay, confirmed. You can attack the Shadow, the copy, you can debuff it. It's perfectly fine. You will not be in trouble. Effect resistance 25%. I believe you might be able to stun this this ad, this shadow. Just in case. I'm not sure who. Okay, well, everyone was fully healed up. Rip. Okay, back onto her. Well, I'm gonna pop the yeah, let's just do it up. All right, well, if you do have debuff immunity, you can just apply debuff and take her out faster. But you could also do it slower and not have to, let's say, if you're using Angelica, you wouldn't have to like soul burn, save up your souls for the second wave. I do not have debuff immunity now. Only 2 turn duration. But at least if she's not debuffed, this debuff is not as strong. Don't quite need to heal just yet. Now I'm saving up my cooldowns for when I get to the second wave. Well, now there could be a defense down debuff applied onto her. And it happened. It actually has a higher chance of triggering, 20%. Let's not spend all day here. You could, if you're using poison to take out Shadow Rose, it will make your life harder. But if you're controlling these debuffs, either removing them fast enough, if you're using Wondrous Potion Vial, if you're using a hero like Jet, you can remove a debuff every turn, or just like the Wondrous Potion Vial, it's every turn you could potentially remove a debuff, making this much easier. And then you could just apply debuffs. And if you are applying debuffs like speed down, and you have speed up, like you're using Silk, you're gonna get way more turns than the enemy. And then if you are also like skill 1 on Silk, reduce combat readiness, so you can really like control the enemy. You can get so many extra turns over the course of the battle, and makes things so much easier. Makes things easier to stabilize in case you take huge spike, a huge spike in damage. Okay, so now here I can go crazy. So you see here, when all allies die or the caster's health falls below 70%, caster will awaken and immediately use the finale skill. You could, I mean, killing Mercedes and skipping both Crystal would be really rough. Because the gold one just dispels, and it's on skill 1, so you can't provoke. You cannot provoke because it's their skill 1 applies the annoying effect. Even if I apply debuffs on the other crystal, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna attack this gold one. So yeah, take the gold one out, then take the dark one out, or I mean the light one and then the dark, and then Mercedes. Or like I said, if you have unhealable, you can skip the dark one. But I mean, I don't think she's getting that much attack and speed if you kill both crystals, to be honest. Most of the fights in the Abyss, the damage I've been receiving is nothing crazy. And that is without attack down debuff. My Silk was totally fine up to like 700 defense and 7,000 health. With Aureus on my Kluri, plus 15 enhance, so 10% increased defense and 15% of the damage redirected onto Kluri. And she was fine. I did increase her survival a bit. I'll show you my gear after the video, at the end of the video. And I mean, I've been fine. Even when I was fighting fire bosses with mostly an earth team, I've been just fine. It's all about, well, yes, having Kluri, having Angelica, and especially Bellona with it just does speed things up quite a bit with the damage that scales off the target's max health on Bellona. Thing is, you can do just fine with poison on most of the Abyss floors. Can do it here, it's just gonna take longer. Can use the Guardian number 3 to lower your cooldown, and just have like if you're using Kairos, you can just use her skill 2 and 3 more often, and it's just gonna speed up the battle. Now you can control the gold crystal. If you are able to land stuns all the time, it won't go. But we'll see what kind of damage she can deal with this Book of Rune. But you know, the finale, it could be the Book of Rune, because this thing doesn't have a cooldown, right? Oh yeah, that's the thing too. If she is using Book of Rune when, which is the finale, thing is, all allies die, she uses it, or the caster's health falls below 70%. So it's not both. It's not like you kill all allies, she's gonna use it, and then she falls below 70%, she's gonna use it. From what I'm reading, it's one or the other. Just use the ultimate of Kluri when it's ready. Just trying to control my second game. No space in my hero inventory. So many fathers. Just go and drop defense down debuff. Those dual attacks, so good. I'm using Unity on Bellona, and I have Rosa Hargana on her, so it does increase her dual attack by quite a bit. And then Infinity Basket is on Silk. Wow. Quite a bit of damage. But if she's by herself, I mean, she's pretty much by herself with those crystals. These crystals are just like supporting her, but her damage is nothing crazy. If you can land attack down debuff, there's the finale. I mean, nothing insane. Drop this on her. Pour some healing. $452,000 health. Just showing each of the skills in case you might have skipped the start. I mean, Angelica makes this thing so much easier. If you have Silk with Angelica, you're gonna have speed buff, you're gonna reduce the combat readiness of the boss, you're gonna speed down debuff the boss. Angelica with good enough speed can just keep that debuff immunity up permanently if you do have the souls. But if you reserve your soul only for that, it's gonna work. Or what you can do is just take the stuns from the boss and I mean, just time your immunity before she uses the Death Thorn, so you don't get your cooldowns increased. Just drop this. So that thorn is the finale. This Book of Rune, I'm not sure. It could be that the Death Thorn is Book of Rune is just a passive, and when she uses it, the first time, second time, third time, but she's not recovering health. I didn't notice her recovering health. Maybe I just missed it. Maybe you need the fight to last much longer. Caster will awaken. But from what I've been hearing, this floor is not hard. It's I mean, with Bellona it's very easy because it's very quick. But if you have you can use poison, or you can use even just rely on Daydream Joker and Guardian damage. You have conquered the abyss down into its lowest depths. But the abyss is a world of many unknowns, and one day even deeper darkness will seek us out. Until then, we must watch the purified abyss closely to keep our world safe. Yes, of course, they're gonna add more floors. I mean, 80 is just... Nah, they're just gonna make it deeper with better rewards. It's gonna be great. Alright, so... for summoning... got 25, but I'm not gonna do them in this video, and I don't want to do them all at once. I mean, it's just... they're just gonna be garbage, probably. Just gonna be, like, if you do it in one by one, I don't know, I'll just do like one per day. Oh my god, the daily 7 baby, 5 star, come on, what is it? Oh, Chloe, okay, I mean, that was my daily 7. It's a first 5-star hero that I get from my daily 7. I did get 5-star artifact. It was it was a time matter artifact for mage. I got it twice from daily 7 so far. I believe that's pretty much the best that I got. I mean, I did get Sid a while ago. Chloe. She does a ton of damage with skill 3. Magic Nail doesn't work anymore with like, you cannot use Magic Nail on the Wyvern and have that count as a debuff for the Wyvern to not use its attack twice. But yeah, this gets applied and she deals more damage, and she deals more damage with this one as well. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm gonna have to do my ML summons, guys. I have enough fathers to make a 6-star. So after I do my ML summons, I still have to decide if I'm gonna pull on Violet. It depends. I got Chloe now. I got ML summons, and then I will decide what's gonna happen. Might just end up saving, because I mean, I have Chloe already. Wyvern, there's gonna be Wyvern 11 that will be released, so I should be focusing on getting that on farm ASAP when that happens. Now let me show you my gear. Wow. Daily 7 OP, baby. Alright, my skill ups: Bellona, Silk, Kluri, Angelica, and just pause if I go too quick. But yeah, you don't have to rush into that floor, really. Just take your time if you're having some difficulties. Just make your team, in general, if you just make your team stronger, just have better survival stats, health and defense. Health could be stronger actually on that floor if you don't have immunity, because you will be hit by defense down debuff. You will be hit by a more potent version of defense down debuff on the first wave as well. So health will be stronger, because I mean, if you have your armor, your defense reduced by 70%, or even like 80, 85, 90%, depending on how strong that the defense down is against the first wave, having more health is going to be more powerful. And yeah, dropping that attack down debuff is going to be a massive help, especially if you don't have debuff immunity. Cutting the attack in half makes a massive difference. Do not overlook attack down debuff. Like if you have a Catus, she is she's godlike. So yeah. Alright, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Press the bell icon if you'd like to be notified whenever I release a new video. And check out my other guides and gameplay videos of all sorts in Epic 7. So yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching again, and good luck with the summons. Yeah, I'm just not gonna do them back to back. one here, one there. I don't know, maybe I keep some until they release a new ML summon, but so far only one 4-star, and it was Assassin Sid, which is a niche hero, not even close to as strong as normal Sid, but everything else has been 3-star ML summons. Imagine if I just did 4 or 5-star summon tickets, I could have a nice amount of 4-stars or even 5-star. So yeah, I got Chaos Sec Axe, Church of Ilros Axe. So that was a really good pick there. Celeste is good, but she seems to be niche as well. Anyways, that's it for this one, guys. I'm out. Peace.